Alright, so in section 1.1 we're talking about integers. So integers are just a set of numbers. And so we're talking about the counting numbers, but then we're also talking about negative numbers. So please make sure you're reading the sections, giving it a good skim, looking at the bold terms. So we're dealing with positive and negative numbers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a couple problems from the homework. Just my problems are going to be different than your problems. The numbers are different. But just to kind of give you a head start and talk about it and start a conversation. So the first one I want to look at is number 3. So we're dealing with absolute values on number 3. So absolute value just means your distance to 0. So when you see negative 13, well, how far is that from 0? And so hopefully the answer is going to be a positive value because it's a distance. So when you see absolute value around something, then we're going to make it positive. But then this one's asking us to find the opposite of this absolute value. So we're doing the opposite of some positive number. So since the opposite of a positive number, hopefully we get a negative number. Another one I want to look at is number 6. And so on the number line, and so now we're talking about this number line. They refer to it in the book, this number line. You know, because if we look at the number line here, so we have positive numbers over here and negative numbers over here and 0 in the middle. So when we're looking at this particular problem, on a number line, what number is 3 units to the right of negative 6? So we're kind of making our way, seeing, am I getting closer to 0 or further away from 0? So working with your number line. Number 8 is dealing with inequalities. So we have less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So these different values that we have to show how two numbers relate to each other. So on this one, trying to figure out is negative 12, how does negative 12 compare to negative 24? And so sometimes in the beginning I like to think money, since we're dealing with nice integers, you know, what is more desired? Owing someone $12 or owing someone $24? And so again, if I had a preference, I would rather owe someone $12. And again, just make sure your inequality is going the same way. So this one I would have a greater than symbol. And the last one, just to kind of eyeball, is number 13. So the distance between A and negative 2 is 6. So there's a couple different answers that you could put on this one. So I want you to think about it. Looking at this number line, so between negative 2 and what? The distance is 6. So there's two different ways, because again, the distance between is a positive value. So I could have a distance maybe this way and a distance this way. So think about that problem. Think about how could you get that positive distance of 6 looking at two different values. On some of the videos I'm going to make for the sections, I'll be making supplemental videos. But for the first, at least the first one, I'm going to let y'all go at it on your own after just this little talk. When it comes to working some of the problems with adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing integers and sign values, I'll maybe have a supplemental video that you'll see me doing work. So first section is an introduction to integers, and good luck.